Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and welcome to Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Chelmsford, not Chelmsford. If you say Chelmsford, they'll know you're from not around here. We're at Ayotte Field tonight for the Ashland Sevens playing North Chelmsford Post. Looks like North Chelmsford got some new uniforms. Ashland did not. Leading off for Ashland tonight is speedy Sam Farrell, with Dushney behind him and Neal behind him hitting third. Tom Cavanaugh hitting fourth. Doss is fifth. Ballowitz, the sixth spot tonight. Hutter, first pitch, swinging. There's a fly ball into center field. Center fielder going back. Doesn't get it. Baker's chasing that ball by Farrell, and Farrell's going to get three easy. Throw into the shortstop, cut off. Well, he's starting off like he left off the other night against Hudson. Sammy Farrell, the speed merchant. Mason Dushney, number 15. Ooh. Ducked out of that pitch from Hopper, excuse me. Cowan's hitting seventh, Ibbotson eighth, and the best nine hitter in all the Legion ball, Nick Calabrese. Best bunter too. Ground ball up the third base line towards us. We're sitting under a tent tonight because you may see some lightning strokes tonight. If that's the case, there's got to be a 15-minute break from the first sign of lightning. Foul tip, back to the screen. Tom Nappy couldn't be here tonight because he's down in Narragansett Beach. He takes his annual vacation at the end of July. I bought him a fluorescent orange pail and shovel so he could make some sand castles while he's down there. He leaves me to do the games alone. Connor Donovan on camera tonight. This is Larry Sacklad doing play-by-play and color. We're broadcasting tonight on WACA Ashland, HCAT in Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton. Post 77 has yet to lose this year. There's a fly ball to left field, and that is down. Mason Dushney lined that ball just inside the line. We got two competent umpires tonight. Administered the breathalyzer before the game. After the umpire from the Hudson game was texted all around every umpire, the ball, that you got to be sober while you're umpiring. Goes without saying. Matt Neal of the plate with Mason Dushney on first base. There's a ground ball to third base. Slow roller, and it gets past the third baseman, Keogh. I don't know. I'm going to have to contemplate hit or error. I'll have to give him a base hit. Would have taken a really good play, throwing off 1 foot to get Neal. Tom Cavanaugh stepping in, 4-hitter, takes ball up high. Dom, a great athlete out of Ashland High School. They don't put many great athletes out of Ashland High. Jackson Hornung is one, and Dom got hit. And he's going to remember that, as he's twirling tonight. Okay, so Hupper is yet to record an out. He pitched for Chelmsford High. He's going to Plymouth State next year, but not to play baseball. Looked good in warm-ups. Fastball, slider, and change. There's a strike on the outside corner. Looked like he had some pretty good velocity and control of his slider, but so far he is struggling. Check. Tyler Dossis had a good game the other night against Hudson. Well, everybody had a good game the other night against Hudson. There's a fly ball in this right center field. Right fielder going back. Brackett sends it in the short. Cut off. Dom Cavanaugh reaches third base. Tyler Dossis in with a double. Chelmsford manager with last year's hat on. Is he going to go out and have a conversation with Hupper? Kevin Balowitz stepping in. 2 pink. It's 3-0. Top one. Aod Field in Chelmsford. On the banks of a beautiful lake. Maybe it's Lake Aod, I don't know. That pitch looked like it crossed up Blaylock. Looked like he almost got thumbed. And that hurts. If you don't catch it in the pocket, foul back to this little hill behind the screen. Lots of balls went back there. My cars are no danger, but a lot of balls went back there in batting practice. Somebody went back there with a bucket and picked up all the balls that went over the screen. Ball in the dirt. Balowitz out of Holliston, Massachusetts. I think this is his 3rd year with the Ashland Sevens. There's another ball heading for the street in the tennis court. There's really not a heat index tonight per se, but there's a humidity index. I'm drenched. There's a swing and a miss. So Balowitz is retired, and Hupper records his first out. Cowan, the shortstop, steps in, takes a called strike. Connor Cowan. Two straight breakup pitches from Hupper. Two men in scoring position. There's a ground ball to third base. Picked up in the dirt. Nice play by the first baseman. Lai. So Keota Lai, run scores 4-0. Tyler Dossis makes it to third. For those that are interested or disinterested, the Hopkinton High School Hillers, called strike, made it to the South Division II Finals and beat Milton 2-0. I was there. It was 97 degrees. It was murder. There's a fly ball in the left field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Another run scores. Here's Nick Calabrese. Oh, I don't know. He's such a good bunter. It's crazy. And then they went to the state championship for the second time in 2 years. Pick over, and it gets past the first baseman. First baseman Lai picks it up, and he's going to have to eat it. And they played St. Mary's of Lynn, the Spartans, and faced Avon Cabral, their #1, a junior. Threw 115 pitches, which was the max. He gave up 3 runs all year, and Hopkinton jumped on him for 2 in the first inning. It looked good, but that's all the runs they got for the rest of the game, and they lost the state championship game. Ground ball to shortstop. And there's some, really not some good luck between third and short. The balls seem to find the holes. Goodness gracious. So Calabrese puts it between third and short. Pick over. So Cabral will be heading to a Division I school. No question about that. There's a stolen base. Easy. Half a dozen to nothing. Blaylock didn't have quite the cannon. There's a fly ball in the center field. And that's caught by Baker, and that retires the side. So at the end of 1/2 inning, the score is Ashland 7-6. Chelmsford, nothing. You are watching Legion Baseball tonight on WACA, Ashland, HCAT in Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton. Offensive alignment, ball high. Tyler Dossis at third, Connor Cowan at short, Mason Dushney at second base, Matt Neal at first. Left to right, Kevin Balowitz, Sammy Farrell, and Nick Calabrese. Perhaps the best outfield in all the zone. Ball back to the screen. Dylan Ibbotson behind the plate tonight. Lucky man catching Dom Cavanaugh. The bottom line, Hopkinton lost 5-2 to St. Mary's of Lynn Spartans. They come from 30 different cities and towns, sort of like an AAU team. That ball was shot out of a gun. Tom showed him the heater. And so for the second time in consecutive years, Hopkinton was taken down by the same team, St. Mary's of Lynn. Foul back. For those of you who are old enough, St. Mary's of Lynn was the high school of my boyhood idol, Tony Canigliaro. Passed on at the age of 45. And there's a little bloody line drive over to Connor Cowan. He squeezes it. has the ball around. So this looks like it's going to be a different inning than Ashland had on offense against Chelmsford. One down already. Hernandez, the second baseman, stepping in, the left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. One of the things about Tony Conigliaro is he came in second in in the Rookie of the Year contest in 1964. Kind of gives you an idea how old I am. Ball high. He lost out to a guy named Kurt Bleffery. Go look Kurt Bleffery up in your Google machine. Didn't have near the star power that Conigliaro had. Wow. Up around the eyes, swing and a miss by Hernandez. First time Tony Conigliaro saw Fenway Park, he hit a home run into what are now the monster seats, all low. And he was the youngest player to reach 100 home runs. How's that for some trivia? August 18th, 1967, he was hit by a curveball by Jack Hamilton of the strike three. The Los Angeles Angels almost killed him right there in the field. Was sent to Santa Maria Hospital in Cambridge. He had a detached retina, broken orbital bone. He was out for the rest of the 1967 season. All low. He sat out the entire 1968 season, and he came back in 1969. Comeback Player of the Year. Hit 32 homers, I think. There's a fly ball in the right field. Calabresi's going to pick that one up. Just a total base, that's all it is in the scorebook. One total base given up by Dom Cavanaugh. Tony Conigliaro had a little singing career. He was on Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas show, I think. And he was quite the teenage heartthrob. Got to admit, he was a good-looking kid. Cavanaugh held the runner on. Being down 6 runs, there was no thought of a base steal there. Slide step to the plate. Tom Cavanaugh will throw a lot of pitches to get through an outing. Up high by the letters. So you got a few lefties on this Chelmsford team. This is Falkenham, left fielder. One stink, I'll tell you. Jake Obed in his 3rd year as manager of the Post 77, or as they like to call themselves, the Sevens. Swing and a miss. Tom Cavanaugh's just pumping in his fastball. Isn't throwing many off-speed pitches. It's a leg kick. Ball gets behind it. Ibbotson. I lost track. That's a strikeout. Strikeout on a wild pitch. That's how Falkenham made it to first base. Little convo between Ibbotson and Kavanaugh. Chelmsford manager is talking to his runner. Which is Kaffa. They probably mixed the lineup up on me, which is not uncommon. I was telling him as soon as he lifts his front leg up, you take off. Foul ball out of play, up the first base side. That's what you do as a base runner on a righty. As soon as he lifts his front leg up, if you get the steal sign, you go. Now on that particular pitch, Kavanaugh just lifted his leg up just a little bit and went to the plate quick. Sort of a modified slide step. Curveball. Good take. When Kavanaugh comes to the set, he comes to the set high up around his chin. So if he's going to pick over, it's going to be a short throw. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that about does it for Chelmsford. So at the end of one full inning, it is 6-0. You are watching Ashland Legion baseball. Top of the second inning at Ayotte Field at Chelmsford. I'm getting a little hungry. I didn't have dinner tonight. I'll have to ask my cameraman whether I should stop off at it's a place near the Drum Hill Rotary where they have fried chicken. And there's like a cartoon character that is sort of their mascot. And he would say, yoo-hoo. And it's really delicious chicken, I got to tell you. It's spicy. They did a big chicken sandwich promotion where they were comparing their chicken sandwiches versus the ones with the ball low. Ones with the restaurant that had the red sign with the yellow arches and the little girl with the red hair and the one with the place with the guy with a crown and ball. Oh, I jumped the gun on that one. That was a strike. So this umpire is pretty darn good. And I'm not trying to compare him with the umpire that did the Hudson game. Ground ball, the shortstop, right through the legs of Kaffa. One of the Ashland players went ole, which was a little dig because it's not truly an ole. You need a little flag. And you have to have it go by you on the side, and that went right through his legs. To be a true ole, strike call. And then there's another place, we'll just call it Chick. And so they had a contest about chicken sandwiches. The runner goes, throw down to second base, and he is safe. Ball got in there. Looked like ahead of time, but ball was dropped. So Mason Dushney grabs second base. The pop up right side. That's going to be out of play. Matt Neal up for his second time today. So the bottom line on the chicken sandwiches, I think the people felt that the Yoo-hoo Olive was all that it was cracked up to be. There's a ground ball, foul. So that's what I think I might do because it's around here. For those of you who get your coffee in the morning at a place that begins with D, double D, there's a pick with an inside move by Hupper, pardon me, rhymes with Tupper. They got poppy seed bagels at this particular double D at the Drumhill Rotary. They don't have them everywhere. They have them rarely anywhere. Well, I might stop by there and grab half a dozen of them, throw them in my freezer. That's what I might do. So Neal's working the count with Hupper. Ground ball beaten at front of the catcher. Two balls, two strikes. Slight delay with my ball and strike indicator. Pop up behind home plate. Catcher made a nice play on it. Ball was spinning back as it always does. Blaylock flipped the mask off. Made the grab. P2 if he's scoring at home. Mason Dushney at second base. One down. 6-0 Ashland over Chelmsford. Very, very sparse crowd here. More people swimming in the lake than are watching the game. There's a ground ball into center field. Center fielder bobbles it. Was thinking about charging it, sending the ball home, but once you drop it, no chance of getting the speedy Mason Dushney. We'll see what Dom Cavanaugh does. He enjoys stealing a base. And they've seen Blaylock's arm twice already. Got a pretty greedy lead over there. Pick over, not in time. He's thrown once over there and thrown it by Lai, the first baseman. Threw it past Lai, I should say. There goes Cavanaugh. Throw down to second base, not in time. Stolen base by Dom Cavanaugh. That throw was a little bit better, but Cavanaugh got under the tag. Jake Obid's playing this one aggressive. Should expect no less. That pitch bent Dawson's back. Count is 2 balls and a strike. You got basketball courts here. Pop fly out of play, heading towards some vehicles. I imagine a few windshields might get busted down here during the course of a season. Tyler Dawson's coming off a great 2020 season. This ball gets away from the catcher. Throw down to third base, not in time. Now, there's a good throw by Blaylock. Dom was a little late getting off the second base bag. Ball outside. Dawson will take the walk. Of course he'll take the walk. He doesn't have a choice. Kevin Balowitz going to step in. got some award this year I saw on Twitter. Can't remember what it was, but he did get an award. Run game will be on, I'm sure. There's a fly ball in the right field, and the right fielder Brackett's going to be chasing that one, and here comes Dawsis, and into second is Balowitz. Gavin Balowitz doubles down the right field line. Well, they're staking Dom Cavanaugh to some runs. So there's been 2 ice cream men that have come down here, and I was thinking about it. I was also thinking about my waistline, and I opted not. Strike called. But now that I'm thirsty as all heck, should have got something to drink. 2 runners on, no out. Here's the steal at home. And that was interesting. That's the first time I've seen Coach Obid make that call. In 3+ years. A steal of home, unsuccessful. 1-2 score that. Ball outside. I mean, it wasn't like he was Jacoby Ellsbury or something with Andy Pettit. It's back to it. Ball in the center field. And Balowitz is going to stay right there. If you all recall, Jacoby Ellsbury stealing on Andy Pettit, but you have a really, really fast runner and a lefty pitcher who can't see the runner at third. And the play was really, really close. That play was not close at all. He was dead meat as soon as he left the ball left the pitcher's hand. Foul back. Connor Cowan with the stick. Swing and a miss. That's going to be all for Ashland. When we come back, it'll be bottom of the second inning. The score is 8-0. Ashland Legion. You're watching on WACA Ashland, HCAT Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton. Bottom of the second inning, 8-0 Ashland. Number 18, Keogh, stepping in, the third baseman. He's had a tough evening. Called strike. Ashland beat Hudson 17-5 earlier in the season. They went to Newton, played a half an inning, and got rained out. A waste of time. We'll see Newton tomorrow night. My nemesis, my alma mater. Maybe they'll bring down a team full of NARPs or something like that. We'll see. Swing and a miss by Keogh. A NARP is a non-athletic regular person. No athletic ability or not. No athletic ability at all. Just put a uniform on and you feel the team full of NARPs. Here's a ground ball in between first and second for a base hit by Keogh. That doesn't nearly make up for all the balls that have gotten by him or that he's booted so far tonight. Kavanaugh's going to work out of the stretch. He enjoys picking over. And there's a base hit to right field. Calabrese Throws it into the cutoff man, Connor Cowan. Gonna have a pinch runner. First and second, nobody out. 8-0, Ashland over Chelmsford. There was a threat of a severe thunderstorm. The warning is still up till 8 o'clock, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Call strike, bottom of the strike zone. Looks like Dominic's added some velo since last year. Foul back. Ball gets behind Ibbotson. Dom is doing something with his front leg that I don't think I saw him do a couple years ago when they went to the state championship. He's lifting his leg up a little bit and almost kicking it out. Ball. And he had Keogh fooled a little bit. He thought he was going to pull an inside move on him and go to second base. Letter high fastball. Dom gets the bad news from the home plate umpire. Big cut. Nothing there but air. So there's one out on that whiff by Kavanaugh. Tough to lay off those letter high fastballs, I'll tell you, from experience. Strike in the dirt. Swung at that 59-foot fastball. Dom thought he had that one. It was inside. To Brackett. Brackett's playing right field tonight. Up and out of the strike zone for a ball. Nice plate slice by Dom Kavanaugh. Sliced it right down the middle. Brackett calls time. Ashland's middle infielders are not holding the runner on. There's a little nubber, foul. Looks like Louis Dennison went and picked up that ball. That ball gets past Ibbotson, and that's going to score a run. with Dom's velocity, when he dirts one, it's tough for really any catcher to stop. I'm giving him a wild pitch just because. Ball 4. Chelmsford coach flashing his signals over to his runner. Little secondary lead from the runner on first. Runner goes. There's a ground ball in the hole. Right in the hole that was vacated by Dawes to cover the base on the steal. Good piece of hitting by the lefty. Jake Obed out to the mound for a little convo. Scores 8-2 now. Dom's only retired 1. Chelmsford playing a little aggressive now. See if they send that runner. Test out Ibbetson's arm. He's going. Fake throw down to second base to see if Hernandez or Brackett was going to get caught off third base. He didn't fall for that one. Ball high. Long inning for Dom Cavanaugh. Rubs up the baseball. There's a strike. Usually the team with a nicer uniform wins the game, I found, scientifically. And tonight that would be Chelmsford. Just missed outside. But science isn't an exact science. That is in the Doit. Another walk. There's a throw to home, and overthrows it. Now let's see what happened there. There was a delayed steal of home on a throwback from Ibbetson to Dom Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh went to cover home. Throw went to him. He tried to apply the tag before he caught the ball, and that runner scored. So now the score should be 8-5, I believe. That was a little bit of crazy base running. Dom Cavanaugh can't be happy at all. Swing and a miss. There's a pop-up. One-handed catch by Cavanaugh. Sorry, the score is 8-4 as my electronic device that's next to me has it. That was a little bit crazy. Big cut. Counts 0-2. Dom pitching out of the stretch. Chelmsford runners trying to get into Dom's head by juking down the third base line or shimmying down the line. Trying to cause a balk. There's a ground ball, slow roller to third. Picks it up, and runner's safe. Should have cut the grass. Should have cut the grass. Tyler Dawsas made a really good play on that ball. Run scores 8-5. The ball just died. Chelmsford's not going to throw in the towel. I don't know what Dom's pitch count is, but it's in the 50s. 56 pitches. Call strike. At this rate, he'll be lucky to make it 3 innings. Or past 3 innings. The fly ball in the right field. Calabrese gives chase, and that ball is foul. Warm-up activity in the makeshift bullpen down the right field line. Looks like Louis Dennison. There's a called strike 3. No swingy, no hitty. At the end of 2 innings, 13 runs have been scored. 8 for Ashland, 5 for Chelmsford. You are watching American Legion Baseball on WACA Ashland, HCAT Holliston, HCAM in Hopkinton. Top 3, 8-5, Ashland over Chelmsford. What a crazy last half inning that was. There's a line drive into left field, and that's down for a fair ball. That's going to be a 2-bagger, not even close. You always got to turn your head and locate the ball. That ball's scooted about 20 feet away from the second baseman, Hernandez. Always got to know where that ball is. Ibbotson doubles and Nick Calabrese going to try and get back some of that ugliness from the previous inning. Good lead by Ibbotson. Ball outside by Hupper. Keogh guarding third base in case of Ibbotson's taking off. There's the bunt. And what a beautiful bunter. What a beautiful bunt. I was just about to say it, that this would be a great time for Calabrese to bunt. Third baseman was playing back, but he pushed it up the first base side, made the pitcher field it. He did feel it, but with his speed, weren't going to get him. There goes Calabrese. No attempt made by the catcher. Bullpen activity for Chelmsford. Sammy Farrell wearing number 51 tonight. I always thought he was 15. Maybe he took his iron at home and took his numbers off and inverted them. There's a big cut. Way out in front of it, foul ball. He just lost it. That ball's never coming back. It'll go against the budget of Chelmsford Legion. Ball low. Good block by Blaylock. Sammy Farrell is hitting the bejesus out of the ball this year. Must have worked out in the gym in college. Bent him back a little bit, did Hupper. Now Hupper has got the bases juiced. And he hasn't retired a batter yet. Mason Dushney stepping in. Swing and a miss. Dushney's wearing 15. Dushney, the number 2 hitter. Takes a called strike at the outside corner. Finds himself in a hole. Ball low, balked by Blaylock. One hopper in to home plate by Hopper. So who do you like in the NBA Finals?
Suns.
My cameraman, Connor Donovan, says the Suns. He must have this thing against Giannis. I sort of got this thing against Giannis.
Me too. I'm not a big fan.
Gets a lot of pub. Ball outside. Errant ball gets out of the Chelmsford bullpen.
Suns play.
Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns. Bases are still loaded. Ashland up by 3. Infield in all the way around. The ball gets away from Blaylock. No slide. Runner tiptoes in front of Hopper and scores 9-5. Sammy Farrell, the ever so speedy one on third base. Fouled out of play.
Is Giannis playing tonight? You know yet? We know yet?
Montreal Canadiens staved off elimination called strike last night against the Tampa Bay Lightning, a.k.a. Bolts. They're down 3-1, and they can't lose fast enough for me. Ball in the dirt. I almost want to say turf because calling the ball games for Hopkinton, they play on a turf field, and I refuse to say dirt. I say turf. Right off the knuckles. And I do it because I don't like turf fields. Oh, that ball is deep into right center field. This one's going to be a 3-bagger. A 3-bagger. For Matt Neal. He busted the seam out there in right center. Neither outfielder was close. Dom Cavanaugh. See if he can help himself out after that ugly last half inning. There's a strike. No, I'm wrong. It was a ball. Blaylock's getting a workout behind the plate tonight. Dom doesn't strike out all too often. He's got a quick stick. Look that one all the way in. Dom shortens up on the bat. Takes the walk. Chelmsford manager is going to have a conversation with Hopper. And he's going to take the ball from Hopper. So when we come back, we'll have a new pitcher for Chelmsford. You are watching Ashland Legion Baseball. We have returned. I hope you got yourself a nice little beverage and a sandwich. Maybe you went out and grilled in between Our break. Tyler Dawson steps in with Dom Cavanaugh on first base. And Matt Neal on third. 7-run lead for Ashland. There goes Cavanaugh. And no throw. So no, boy. Oh, boy. Dom walked off, perhaps thinking it was a foul ball, headed back to first base, and the pitcher threw to second, and he tried to evade the second baseman's tag, but was unsuccessful. The ball. The only other thing that could have happened is he asked the second base umpire for time, and he wasn't granted it and stepped off anyway, but that did not what happened. Possible to pop up in the infield. Second baseman Hernandez squeezes it, so he's been in the mix. Made that play on Dom Cavanaugh. Coach Obed has got to be scratching his head with that freak show of a defensive play a couple of half innings ago. And that running faux pas by Dom. The floater in there for a strike. Ball high, up around the chin. Balowitz let that one go by. Looks like Balowitz put on some weight. It's a muscle. Ball over to the shortstop. Koffa over to Lai. That retires the side. So when we return, it will be the bottom of the third inning, Ashland v. Chelmsford on WACA Ashland, HCAT Holliston, and HCAM in Hopkinton. Bottom of 3, long game. Sorry, folks, I don't control the time. I just call the game. Kehoe, who didn't get in any action that last half inning, the third baseman. A little bit of an oddball inning, but score remains 12-5 nonetheless. It's a fly ball into center field. Sammy Farrell barely has to move. But must have swallowed a bunch of marbles before the game. A little tongue-tied. Don't know who this hitter is because, unfortunately, foul back. Trying to do research for Legion games is kind of impossible. At least at high school games, they post rosters, stats, so on. They don't do any of that. So when you come to a visiting park, you don't really have a chance to speak to the home team manager to get first names, last names, numbers, the full roster, and so on. So all I know is this kid's name or number is 9, and he gets caught looking, so he can take a seat on the bench. And thanks for coming. And he's just number 9, no position that I'm aware of. So he admired a strike from Kavanaugh. And like I say in high school, no swingy, no hitty. There's a heater. And there we go. Hope our camera picked up the sound on that one. Well, that was kind of close to my car. Did it hit a white car? Oh, thank goodness. Did it hit a black car? It is a ground ball foul. The umpire's calling for more eggs. He wants more eggs. I think he starts the game with 4 eggs. Eggs are getting very expensive. I think they're $8 an egg, at least $7.50 an egg.
What?
They do get a league discount. But like everything else, there's inflation. There's a fly ball in the center field. In comes Farrell right off his shoe tops, which ends the inning. Score will remain 12-5, and when we return, we will be at the top of the 4th inning. You're watching American Legion Baseball. Top of the 4th inning, I was just informed because I asked. The gentleman twirling on the mound is Mike Duggan. He's from Tewksbury. If you're from Tewksbury, that's how you pronounce it. You don't pronounce it Tewksbury, because it's not Tooksbury. Ground ball between first and second, and there's an out. First baseman made a little move for it, but decided, oh, that's not my ball. He got back to first base. In between innings, a skunk let go his ink pouch, and it reeks to high heaven over here. He's got a decent curveball. Does Duggan. That ball's hit off the front foot. Oof. That's potent. Ibbotson had a triple his last time up. Call strike. Jake Obid wearing the John Olerud helmet. Foul back to the screen. Reason the base coaches are wearing helmets is there was a college coach, unfortunately, who took a line drive off his hat, did not have a helmet, and died. So then they made a rule, college and up, you got to wear a helmet if you're coaching a base. And there's a fly ball into left field deep. The center fielder is back to grab it. Gave it a ride. But Butchie Baker, the center fielder, played that one just right. There's a rabbit. There's a bunny rabbit. Time out. Swing. Time out. There's a rabbit over here. See all sorts of things calling a baseball game. Rabbit. Hey, Bugs. There's a rabbit over here. Coach. They Calabrese up. Gets a piece of that one. Good idea, cameraman. I've never taken a picture of a rabbit. Rabbit. 2-2. Ball high. You know, he wasn't invited. I don't know what the heck he's doing down here anyway. You know it's a ball game. There's a fly ball in the center field. Baker heading back. And he makes the catch. Butchie Baker. That was a quick half inning for Duggan. Let's see if the our friend Bugs, we'll have to come up with a nickname for him. Her, whatever it is. Still 12-5. Ashland over Chelmsford. I'm not going to scare the rabbit at all. I don't think that's a good idea. That's cruelty to rabbits, and that might be an FCC violation. So when we return, it will be the bottom of the fourth inning. Dom Cavanaugh take it as warm-ups. You're watching it. Ashland Legion Baseball. Bottom of the fourth inning, we have Bugs Bunny. He's going to lead off. He's one of the faster runners in Legion Baseball. He's been known to swipe a bag anytime. Okay, enough with the nonsense. He just wants to come over there and hang out with me. All right, Dom Cavanaugh facing pop up to second base over to Mason Dushney. And Bugs might take a trip to the outfield. We got warm-up activity for Chelmsford, number 11. This rabbit must be a little hungry. He's getting really close to me. Rabbits don't bite, do they? No, I don't think so. He just came down to admire the game, that's all. He wanted to watch some baseball tonight. Ball low. As my cameraman commented, this is baseball and National Geographic all in one. Foul back to the screen. Counts 2-2, I believe, on the hitter. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Ibbotson bounces it past Dawsus. According to the numbers I was given, this is Hernandez. But that cartoon character, Chicken, is sounding better and better and better. Ground ball foul. 2 strikes. Game moving along at a little quicker pace compared to the first 2 innings. Foul back. Dom Cavanaugh's up to 72 pitches. Bounces that one in. Beaten foul at home plate. Is a ground ball in the hole between first and second. Good attempt by Mason Dushney, but got past him, and Nick Calabrese picked it up like a gentleman. Ground ball the first. Steps on the bag for the out. That retires the side. At the end of 4 innings, the score is 12-5. Ashland. You are watching Ashland Legion Baseball. Roger Rabbit set to watch the top of the 5th inning. He got a little freaked out. One of the players came over. But I said, leave him alone. He got a ticket. He can listen to the game if he wants to. The sights and sounds of baseball. After all, it is summer. And Sammy Farrell stepping in for Ashland. He's been hitting the ball a ton. Oh, he got bent back. But he's flexible. He played a little football, I think, for Holliston High. If I'm not mistaken, I'll be corrected, I'm sure, by the Farrells. And there's a line drive down the left field line. Foul. Smoked. All outside.
Wish we had a carrot.
I don't bring carrots to the ball game. I'm strictly a carnivore. So if this little friend of mine here likes chicken, I'll get him chicken. No carrots. Anyway, carrots are getting very, very expensive these days due to the pandemic, you know. Cost of gas to transport them. The chickens, you don't really have to, they just walk around and eat stuff. But carrots, you got to pick them, a lot of labor and all that kind of stuff. There's a stolen base attempt. And I got blocked out. Runners out at first base. Sammy Farrell is advanced to second base. Matt Neal, the first baseman, takes a strike. There's a strike. 2 strikes. I don't think Coach Obid is inclined to steal a base and anger Chelmsford, but trying to throw around a right-handed hitter is a tough chore for a catcher. And if the fly ball, that's going to split the gap, and Baker doesn't get it. Nice attempt. And there goes Farrell. It is. Neal is going to turn third and head for home. Ball got past the catcher. And that's a triple and an error, I'll call it, or a double and an error. For those of you who want to score at home, you give it what you want. Triple and a throwing error, or double and a throwing error. And that scores 2 more runs. We are now getting close to Mercyville. 14-5. I believe Mercy is 12 runs after 5. Top of 5th inning. There's a ground ball. Cracked foul, and haven't had to do any calisthenics this year. Jake Obid whiffs on it. And that ball is in a puddle, so that's an E, coach. That ball's gone. And Dom gets hit. And the home plate umpire is saying he did not make an attempt to get out of the way. You stay right here. Called the game against Dighton, Rehoboth, and Hopkinton. There's a swing and a miss. Oh, there goes our friend. Dang. And there were 12 hit batsmen in that high school game. The fly ball in the center field. Baker camps under it. He makes the grab, and that retires the side. Oh, no, that's just 2 outs. I'm sorry. Oh, well. Called strike. Tyler Dossis. Going to take his shot. And if he had a sand wedge, he might have been able to make contact, but not with a baseball bat. Nine-run lead for Ashland. So far, the first 2 games we've called have been so one-sided, it's tough to keep your concentration. All 3. I'm informed it's 2-2 by the home plate umpire. There's a swing and a miss, gets past the catcher. He throws down to first base. and gets the out. End of 4.5. It's 14-5 Ashland. When we return, we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth inning, 12-5 is the score. Oh, excuse me, 14-5. Try to cheat Ashland out of a couple of runs. Dom Cavanaugh now playing third base. In the hurl, Louis Dennison out of Holliston, Massachusetts, the Submariner. He's either on and devastating or he's not. He's pitched in some big, big games. And his teammates love it when he's on the mound. Ball low. Chelmsford's got some warm-up activity in their bullpen. For those of you who are wondering what happened to that, there's a pop-up around home plate. First baseman gives chase. Neal takes control. Louis Dennison had no business really being over there. Well, our little friend with the big ears was scared away by a big, bad Chelmsford player. And he is now in the greenery. My entertainment for the evening. Keogh, the third baseman, steps in against Louis. Ball outside. I might get they don't have buckets there, but I might get like a 6-piece meal. Ball. They get like dirty rice and Cajun stuff there because it's from Louisiana. You know, when you go to Mardi Gras Day, Fat Tuesday as they call it, you need a chair, a cooler full of beer, and they do have buckets of this cartoon character chicken. Ball outside. Keogh takes a walk. And a pillowcase. The pillowcase is to catch plastic combs, doubloons, plastic whistles, and then those necklaces, the green, purple, I believe they're gold Mardi Gras colors. But what happens is when the crew who purchase those necklaces or beads, it's a strike on the outside corner, you know, they'll spend all sorts of money. They'll save money all year just so they can buy volumes and volumes and volumes of these necklaces, beads, and they throw them at people. You just got to wave your hand. They'll throw it at you. But what happens is little kids that are like, I don't know, 4, 6, 7 years old, they're very short to the ground. And if you don't step on those beads, they'll come down and snag them right away from you. Throw over, not in time. So you will end up, it's like Halloween, you will end up with at least a half a pillowcase or more full of beads. And then the next day, what the kids do is they go back to the cruise and they sell them. Oh, he has returned. He missed me. And then you drink more beer and you catch more beads. Just got away from Ibbotson. And it's just a crazy. If you ever have a chance to go down to Mardi Gras, on Mardi Gras, you'll see parades all day. You certainly won't be. It's a ground ball back to Louis Dennison. He looks at the runner. Keogh advances. You won't be in the same state of mind at the end of Mardi Gras as the start of Mardi Gras. Let me put it to you that way. It's just a show of all shows. But bring your Advil. Oop, I could get in trouble for that, mentioning a product. Don't turn me into the FCC. We're a nonprofit entity. I love it. Ball gets away from Ibbotson. Keogh's coming to the plate. And Ibbotson overthrows Dennison covering the plate. Keogh was halfway down the third base line anyway. He must be really hungry, Connor. What do you think? He needs to go see an orthodontist or something. His teeth are a little bit bucked. Ball in the dirt. One hopped by Ibbotson. Number 9, as I mentioned previous inning, he doesn't have a name. He's just number 9. There's a ground ball, the third base. Picked off 1 foot. Nice play by Dom Cavanaugh. He's done that before. Score remains 14-5. You're watching Legion Baseball on HCAM, WACA Ashland, and HCAT in Holliston. New pitcher for Chelmsford, the right fielder, Brackett. Is ready to face Kevin Balowitz. There's a ground ball to third base, and that's foul ball. One strike on Kevin. I believe this is his 3rd season with Post 77. I don't know whether he's going to age out this year. Ball low in the dirt. Could be his 4th year. He's either got 1 more year or he's aged out. Lawrence Tang, who could not be with us tonight, started as 14 years old. He's Post 77's property for 5 years. Goes to Belmont Hill. He's from Hopkinton. Bends him back. He takes the walk. Brackett starts his outing off with Free pass. Ball was just a little bit high. Lost my headset there for a second. There's a foul ball. Way foul. I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of anxious Chelmsford players chasing that ball. Somebody got picked out of the crowd. A couple. They need to hold hands. It was a big cut. There's a pickoff. That didn't look like a legal move. I was almost going to scream balk, but I was waiting for the home plate, the second base umpire to do it. So, ball went way over the head of Blaylock. That advances the runner. Now, I believe the mercy rule is Is a fly ball deep to left field. Falkenham makes a great catch. And Balowitz retreats. He almost had to go up the hill for that one. The ball hung up there for a long time. So the degree of difficulty wasn't, a 10. Maybe an 8.5. Foul ball at the plate. Ball's behind. Ballots. It's 14-6. The score's been updated. Oh, Balowitz has that easy. Brackett's having a little trouble finding the plate. Foul ball. Oh, there's a fly ball to left or a line drive to left. That'll score Balowitz. 15-6. It's about mosquito time. with the lake right behind us. Not helping much. Nick Calabrese up. We'll see if the runner will take off. Good secondary lead. Calabrese takes a called strike. Mercy rule is 12 runs after 5 full innings. We're in that territory. It's only a 9-run. It's only a 9-run differential. They'd need 3 runs and have to hold Chelmsford to none, then they can go home. Up high. Pop up. Brackett's going to squeeze it with one hand. Looks like we're going to play the full 7 unless something happens. Sammy Farrell. Well, Brackett, you're not going to tempt Sammy with something like that. Got to be a little bit lower. Runner takes off. Sammy lets it go. And the ball goes past the shortstop, and the throw to third is not in time. Connor Cowan. Or Ibbotson, I apologize. Wow, a nubber right off the end of the bat. I saw the weirdest thing calling the Milton game, Hopkins-Milton game. Out of the corner of my eye, my left eye, I saw a swing, saw contact, saw the ball come off the bat, and it was going to go to the shortstop. You just can tell. And that's an easy run. It was going to go to the shortstop because that's what its trajectory was, and it just died at 70 feet in the infield. And everybody sort of was looking for the ball, including myself, saying, what just happened? And the umpire went and grabbed the bat, and the cap of the bat, the end of the bat, broke. And that's why the ball went towards short, ball 4, but only went 70 feet. Those just, they played it like it was a broken bat, like it was wood. Never saw that happen with an Illuma bat in my life. The shortstop just sat there frozen because he saw the ball coming towards his direction. He was waiting to field it, and the ball just died. I have to watch a YouTube repeat of the Milton High School, Hopkins High School game to see that bizarre play. Coach Obid picks up the ball. Doesn't look like he's going to give it to anybody. Might put it in his back pocket. Save it for batting practice. That's how they, there's a fly ball deep to center field. Baker going back, and he can't get it. And there goes Sammy Farrell. Nobody's going to catch him. And here comes a throw to third. Little closer than he thought. Little closer than we thought. Mason Dushney pounds that ball to center field. Warm-up activity for pitcher number 5 for Chelmsford. Number 6. 17-6. Matt Neal, first baseman. Well, one more run in the Mercyville, as long as Chelmsford doesn't score, might be able to leave an inning early. You can go about the rest of your day. Ball low. The Mercy run is 90 feet away. But if you're all the way up in Chelmsford, you might as well get your hits. There's a pop-up. Out toward shortstop. Shortstop calls for it. And he drops it. And into second base, safe. Wow. There's the Mercy run there. Time was called, so there will be no repeat of Adam Kavanaugh, even though he did think the ball was foul. Got thrown out on a stolen base because he walked off the base. That ball didn't have a lot. Here's Dom, speaking of which. Oh, and he creams this one. And that's a fair ball. Oh. My cameraman is going to have to do a replay on that. I thought that was inside fair territory. But camera doesn't lie. We'll see what happens. Dom really turned on that one. Tempting, very tempting for Don. Called strike. Not the pitch Dom wanted to swing at. He's got good plate discipline. Two balls, two strikes. 2 outs, 2s across the board. .32. There's a pop-up out by us. And that's dropped. Ball was way up in the air. Ball was thrown in by the third baseman as Neal was cutting across to get back to second base. He almost got it in the ear. It's about the third time Dom Kavanaugh's walked today. I don't have a scorebook here. And the Chelmsford manager is going to come out and have a conversation. At this point, I don't know why, but he has a pitcher ready to go, and he takes the ball from Brackett. It's going to send Brackett over to first base, it looks like. I get somebody coming in to pitch on a re-entry. So some last name re-enters. Brackett had a very short outing. Just not sure of the strategy here. It's 18-6. Just not sure. Da 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 da. Ground ball back to the pitcher. One pitch, one out. Chelmsford's last chance to play another inning. The game is not in dispute, or the outcome of the game is not in dispute. Louis Dennison out on the mound for his second inning. Ball sliced foul on the right side. It looked like it was heading for a windshield, but it was blocked by a tree.
My windshield.
Our cameraman. Ball. Big Lou Dennison out of Holliston, Massachusetts. There's a fly ball on the right field line. That's going to be way foul. Bounces off the hill. Nick Calabrese. Eva the Hustler throws the ball in. And Matt Neal. This kid Blaylock has really earned his keep. He didn't get beat up that bad behind the plate. Most of his blocks were one bouncers. We'll call that strike three. We'll call that caught looking. Take your pen, make a backwards K if you're scoring at home. Strike. That's what happens when you don't see a pitcher that throws underhand at that weird angle. Generally, you're not going to put a good swing on it. Just missed. Ball two. Lou Dennison is apologizing to his catcher for throwing balls. I don't know why. One of the more personable post-77 players. There's a ground ball to second base. Bad hop. E4. Center fielder Baker. Leadoff hitter. Louis likes to pick over. Ball outside. Warm-up activity in Ashland's bullpen. Long look over by Louis to the plate. Foul ball.
Guys, on it, please. Someone on it, please. Hey, somebody on the ball, please.
An elderly gentleman was kind enough to spot the ball.
Heads up.
Foul ball, just about the same place. Oh, it looks like the people that were swimming at the lake are heading back to their automobiles. Look like the French Riviera down there with all those scantily clad. Strike three. What am I going to say, Connor?
Nothing
No
good.
swingy, no hitty. And Lou Dennison is going to give up the ball and is not going to finish the game. There's no save opportunity here. And I'm really not sure what's going on, why he's being taken out. Unless they want to get someone, just one hitter. Maybe to save the mercy. One runner on.
Pitch count. They're playing 4 games this week.
Could be a pitch count issue. My very astute cameraman just informed me there are 4 games this week. Newton comes in tomorrow night. We have a rainout makeup. And something happens on Friday.
Stoneham, right? Stoneham on Thursday.
Stoneham, home of the Stone Zoo. I wonder if they still got that polar bear there.
And then
One of the finer zoos in the country, that Stone Zoo. It's on par with Zoo Atlanta, San Diego Zoo. It's one of the crappiest zoos you'll ever visit.
Chelmsford's back on Friday.
Ah, and this team comes in on Friday, I'm informed. Hernandez up to bat. There's a ground ball to second base. Flip to second. Just out. That's ball game. Final score from Ayotte Field in North Chelmsford, Massachusetts is 18-6. That's definitely a final. We'll be back with you tomorrow night. So for Roger Rabbit and Connor Donovan on camera, I'm Larry Sacklad, and you've watched Ashland Legion Baseball on WACA Ashland HCAT Holliston, and HCAM Hopkinton. Good night, everybody.